Bitcoin is literally breaking out as we speak to 126K. Ethereum is close to a new all-time high at 5K. And the excitement for crypto is coming back. Retail is starting to put on their TVs and watch the news, and they're going to be back in crypto. And a topic of discussion I really want to have with you today, especially because it's one of my most common questions I'm getting right now, is all about altcoin price predictions and how you should watch out, because you're going to get a plethora of different predictions from every single YouTuber, and more importantly, manipulation by a lot of influencers who want you to backhold their crypto. First of all, let's get into a couple pieces of information I want to discuss with you. So Grayscale launched their first US listed spot crypto ETFs, allowing staking for ETH and SOL. Now, this is extremely bullish, but look at the timing of this. We're in Q4. Jerome Powell is less than 2 weeks away from cutting interest rates again. We're very close to QE, quantitative easing. Bitcoin's running and pumping. Ethereum's pumping. Altcoins are waiting to pump. And what are they doing? They're passing legislation to allow you to stake. For those who don't know, staking is where you put your crypto on a platform and you hold it for an undetermined period of time and you get yield back. But the draw to this is you get yield at the expense of your crypto getting loaned out. But the more important part of this is you cannot touch your bags. You cannot pull out, usually without a negative consequence, losing some of your yield, or just you got to sign a block period where your crypto just stays there. Why is this happening now? In my opinion, I think a lot of the whales want retail to be drawn to the yield, lock up their funds, lock up their crypto, and that way we can see the bull cycle take full effect, altcoin season coming, and by the time retail realizes they've been duped and they try to withdraw their funds from these platforms, they're going to become back holders real fast. So it's funny how we're allowing staking now. They're trying to incentivize the average investor to stake, which right now I said to my Discord too, staking right now is risky. Unless you can stake and get your money out in less than a month, maybe it's fine. But if you're staking for any period longer than a month right now on any platform, it is risky because anything could happen right now, and we're not far away from altcoin season. So yes, this is very bullish. Of course, it's insanely bullish. We're moving more towards blockchain banking, which is what banks, the high yield savings accounts, we're starting to see a competition for that now, which is great. DeFi and CeFi. But if we move on from this, just obviously keep in mind why staking is a little bit risky right now. Wall Street crypto industry says tokenization will reshape global markets. It's going to eat the entire financial system. Think of coins like what? Ondo, XRP, blockchains like Solana, Ethereum, liquidity hubs like Arrow, the tokenization of assets, DeFi ones and protocols like GFI, Moonwell. This is going to be a huge industry. I agree with this. Now, if we move on to CoinMarketCap, then we'll get into a little bit of the topic of today's video with the price predictions, which you should be very careful with. We can see that the market cap has formed a new all-time high, 4.3 trillion. I attribute this to Bitcoin forming a new all-time high as we speak, and Ethereum also running up. We'll get into Bitcoin dominance in a little bit. You can see we're in neutral territory. This is because the altcoins, aside from Ethereum, aside from a few others in the top 10, are not pumping. This is normal. Phase 1 and phase 2 have to happen first. Then phase 3 are top 100 and mid caps. And then phase 4, altcoin season. We can see Bitcoin dominance right here is at 58%. I said don't be surprised if we hit 60% again. It could happen or it might not happen. Who knows? Ethereum right now is outpacing Bitcoin even on this pump. So if we keep going that way, then we're more closer to phase 3 than previously thought. But you can see right here, Bitcoin dominance is at 58%. Ethereum dominance is creeping up. we're getting closer to 15%. If we go back to 2024 to wrap up the year, you can see right here towards the peak, altcoins were above 31% dominance. And this is while Ethereum was still in a danger zone. But this time around, the script has flipped. Ethereum is higher than the altcoins for that range, and the altcoins will eventually follow. This is very good. Everything is playing out the way we want it to. And again, going back to market cap, we're finally forming a new level of support above the psych zone of 4 trillion. I said before, I'll say it again, we need to hold above 4 trillion for at least a week. We have done so. In fact, we're holding way above it now, which is great. That means we're probably not going below 4 trillion market cap from here on out. Most likely, unless some black swan event or some huge thing takes place, or this government shutdown gets worse and somehow affects crypto negatively. Okay, it's safe to say we're probably at the point of no return for 4 trillion market cap, which is incredible. It really is. Now let's get into the prices. Let's see where Bitcoin can go. Personally, I would not be buying Bitcoin right now. A lot of retail, your peers are chasing Bitcoin. Let them do it. The whales will dump on them as they always do, and they'll be running back to altcoins sooner than later. We can see in the last day, we're up 2%, which is decent for Bitcoin, $2,000, $3,000. It's a pretty good gain. Last 7 days, we're up 10% or $12,000. It's insane. And the past month, we're up 14% or $16,000 friggin' dollars. That's insane for Bitcoin. We're probably going to break 130K next real soon. Moving on to Ethereum. This one's the more important one for altcoin season, the leader of altcoins. We're at 4,700. Past day, we're up 4.5% or $200. Past week, we're up 13% or around $600. Past month, we're up 10%, which is around the same. And as you can see, the all-time high was pretty much, it's going to say around this level. We hit 4,900 something, which obviously here on CoinMarketCap, it's going to say 4,800. It's wrong. CoinMarketCap is owned by Binance. They're heavily manipulated. How I know this? Because they were saying we were in altcoin season on the metrics like the last 2 weeks, and we were in like extreme fear, or at least fear at the very least. So it was pretty funny. Now moving on to price predictions. I want to get serious here and talk to you straight up. Be very careful. And I know that's the question most people have. What's your price prediction on this? And the question comes from trying to evaluate a profit-taking plan. I encourage you more than ever, join my Discord. Aside from the profit-taking course and the other 2 courses on there, we answer questions like this in conference call Q&As and in the chats, and we're always talking about topics like these. Whether you want to just see my buy and sell alerts, see the courses, or be there for profit-taking in a group who also wants to change their life, your environment matters. It's the best time to join Discord. It's $50 per month. Most Discords out there are around $100, $200 a month. We are pretty cheap for what we have. Also, make sure real quick you check out my other channel, Coffee John. A lot of people have been loving it, and it's a channel I'm working on alongside this. That being said, though, price predictions are going to be grossly exaggerated from here on out. As the interest goes up, the whales know they have to get a chokehold on you and on retail. What are they going to do? Hopefully not do the stupid shit of saying Bitcoin's going to $1 million in 30 days again. We're laughing about that on Discord as we speak, but they're probably going to say some dumb crap like XRP is going to $1,000 again. Solana is going to be 5,000 or 2,000. Ethereum's going to 20K and Bitcoin's going to 200K plus. They did this in the last bull cycle. Bitcoin hit 70K, 69K to be exact. Ethereum hit what 4,800 last time, and Solana hit 260. But they just slap on 100K to each prediction and say, "Great, retail will believe it." The same's going to happen for your altcoins. They're going to say Arrow's going to $50. They're going to say Turbo's going to $1. They're going to say Pepe is going to be the next Dogecoin, which Pepe actually has a good shot at being a very large market cap. But the point being, you're going to see grossly exaggerated numbers. This is happening for a reason. They want you to bag hold. In fact, these whales don't like people like me telling you the truth. They rather tell you what they think you want to hear so you can do what they think has to be done for them to make money. But guess what? I don't need you to sell my bags and profit. There's plenty of money out there to make profit for all of us. But the whales are greedy, the market makers are shady, and the politicians are insanely manipulative. So they're hoping, again, staking. Come on, stake your crypto, lock it up. It's safe for entering a bear market. You're losing your freedom to take profits. You're losing time to gain positions. They've been scaring you for the past few months, telling you that this moment is never going to happen. They were scaring investors on Ethereum for months. They were scaring investors, including me, on Solana in the bear market. They know that retail, even these veterans nowadays, are easily shaken. What's been happening this cycle has been very different in terms of sentiment. I've seen more veterans this cycle get scared and shaken out than I've ever seen in previous cycles. But what have we seen time and time again? The sun comes out, the clouds go away, Bitcoin rises again, Ethereum rises again. But right now, because the altcoins have not yet risen, the impatience of investors are causing them to spew rumors that altcoin season is not coming. I got many comments on my last video. Go check it out. I have a feeling altcoin season is not coming. My last live stream, it's not happening. Many of us think it's not going to come. And more often than not, these are beginners who have just been astray. It's been manipulation to the extreme, and it's not going away. The only thing that's changing this time, especially with price predictions, is manipulation to the upside. Bitcoin's going to $1 million this year. Probably going to see some stupid shit like that soon. Altcoins are going to go 500x. And that you should stake your crypto and just wait until the never-ending bull cycle for 5+ years. You do any one of these things, you're going to lose your money. You're going to lose your shot at financial freedom. This video is probably going to piss off these investors who are hoping you fail again. But again, I am here to help you make money. Again, this is why it's important and why I stress the Discord group. Now more than ever, you do not want to be alone on an island trying to figure this out yourself. If nothing else, just make sure you're maintaining a level state. You're not getting too emotional. You're still building your bags, or at the very least doing nothing. You're not falling for these staking protocols right now. You're not chasing enormous price predictions. You're grounded, and you're just waiting for phase 4, altcoin season. It's coming, but watch out. The manipulation is going to get worse as we get better in the bull cycle. This is something that a lot of people won't understand, which is why I recommend watching this video more than once. But the ones who do understand this, and again, I'm proud of you for being here for this long, you will understand where I'm coming from. And more importantly, you will benefit from this information and make a ton of money and change your life forever. I am in your corner, and I cannot wait until we make profits together. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, please leave a like. Definitely helps a lot. And with that being said, I'll see you next time.